Ever been told, don't stress about it? Yeah, me too. And let's be honest, that advice is about as helpful as telling someone not to be hungry when they haven't eaten all day. The truth is, stress is a part of life. But instead of ignoring it, let's talk about how to actually deal with it. Not with generic advice, but with real, practical steps. Things that have worked for me. Now, stress comes in two flavors. One is like a ticking time bomb, time-sensitive stress. Think of an exam in 2 days, a job interview next week, or a massive project deadline. It's stressful, but it has an expiry date. The moment it's over, the stress fades. The second type, time-insensitive stress, the kind that lingers. Relationship troubles, financial worries, health concerns. This stress doesn't follow a schedule. It sticks around, making it harder to shake off. So how do we handle both? How to handle time-sensitive stress? Picture this. You have a huge presentation tomorrow. Your heart's racing, your mind is spinning with, what if I mess up? And somehow, instead of preparing, you're doom scrolling on your phone, getting even more stressed. Sound familiar? Here's what actually works. Acknowledge the deadline. The stress is temporary, it will pass. Instead of fighting it, accept it. Shift from worrying to doing. Overthinking never solved anything. Preparing, however, does. The moment you start working on your presentation, stress automatically shrinks. Take care of your body, eat light, sleep well, and avoid getting lost in social media black holes. Trust me, sleep-deprived and anxious is not a winning combo. So now the second one, more complex form of stress, how to handle time-insensitive stress. Here's where things get tricky. Have you ever met someone who was top of their class, a pro at meeting deadlines, but completely lost when it comes to handling personal stress? Maybe a doctor overwhelmed by family pressures, or a successful entrepreneur battling loneliness. Why? Because this type of stress doesn't come with instructions. You can't just study your way out of a failing relationship or prepare for unexpected life challenges. So what do? Don't feed the stress. The more attention you give stress, the bigger it grows. Yes, it's there, but don't let it control you. Observe it, but don't fuel it. Breathe. Seriously, it works. Whenever I'm overwhelmed, I take a few deep breaths. It sounds too simple to be effective, but try it. Just 10 deep breaths. You'll feel the shift almost instantly. Acceptance and action. Some problems take time to resolve. Instead of resisting them, accept where you are and take small, steady steps forward. Let me give you an example that many of us can relate to. Losing a job. Imagine this. You've been working hard for years, giving your best to your company, and suddenly, out of nowhere, you're let go. Maybe it's because of budget cuts, restructuring, or something completely out of your hands. At first, it feels like a punch to the gut. You might feel angry, betrayed, or even ashamed. You start questioning your worth, your skills, and your future. The stress can feel overwhelming, and it's easy to spiral into negativity. But here's the turning point. Acceptance. Acceptance doesn't mean you're okay with what happened. It doesn't mean you're giving up on finding a new job or improving your situation. It simply means you're choosing to stop fighting against reality. You're saying, this happened and I can't change it, but I can control what I do next. I've seen friends and family go through this, and the ones who found peace were the ones who practiced acceptance. They allowed themselves to feel the pain, but they didn't let it define them. Instead, they focused on what they could control, updating their resume, learning new skills, networking, or even taking a break to recharge. And they had went to a better place than before. That's the power of acceptance. So if you're facing a situation that feels out of your control, whether it's a job loss, a breakup, or something else, remember this. Acceptance is your first step toward peace. Take a deep breath, acknowledge where you are, and remind yourself that this moment doesn't define you. You've got the strength to move forward one step at a time. I also can't stress this point more. Do exercise and move as much as possible. Moving your body helps clear your mind. So does doing something you love. Develop a hobby, whether it's music, writing, or just a walk in the park, or even creating YouTube videos. Find your escape. Look, stress isn't going anywhere. It's part of being human. But how do we respond to it? That's where the power is. So next time someone tells you don't stress about it, smile and know you've got a game plan.